You're listening to the Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips, where we present audiobook quality readings of the classics for your enjoyment. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, just because you're a bumpkin doesn't mean you can't be cultured. Hey, good to have you back. Or if you're a first-time listener, good to have you for the very first time. I hope you like it here. Hope you come back. Hope you tell a friend. Hope you subscribe. You know, all that stuff. But either way, I'm really glad that I'm getting into your ear holes right now. And today, I want to put some Robert Frost in there. And there's a poem called A Time to Talk that I really like. I grew up in a rural part of Mississippi. I come from grandparents from North Carolina that live in a tobacco field, basically. All my life I've been around farming and, small town, rural. The neighbor comes by and says hello, that sort of thing. And it's just a laid back sort of a lifestyle that I've lived most of my life, and I like it that way. I've lived in, larger cities, and I've had jobs, been in the Army and gone around the world, things like that. And I just like the country, wherever it is. Country is just, I just enjoy it personally better. I like to visit big cities, but I like to live and spend most of my time in the country. And this poem reminds me of that, of seeing the neighbor come by, saying hello, that sort of thing, while working with Dad out in the garden. Anyway, I've said enough. Let's just read it. It's real short. It's real sweet. Here we go. A Time to Talk by Robert Frost. When a friend calls to me from the road and slows his horse to a meaning walk, I don't stand still and look around on all the hills I haven't hoed and shout from where I am, "What is it?" No, not as there's time to talk. I thrust my hoe in the mellow ground, blade end up and 5 feet tall, and plod. I go up to the stone wall for a friendly visit. I love that. So many times, our garden, as a kid, was right by the road. And so many times people would pull their car, their truck, their horse in some cases if they were riding a horse, and just, come say hey, and Dad would put his hoe down and go talk at the fence. What a great little mind picture that paints. I love that. A Time to Talk by Robert Frost. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you like classic literature and that sort of thing, I hope you'll be back. And I would love it if you would tell a friend, hey, there's the Cultured Bumpkin. It's a great little podcast for people that like classic literature and things like that. I would appreciate that. I would appreciate you subscribing and rating, the show. As of this episode, I'm almost to 100 reviews. Thank you to everybody that's reviewed. And I think it'd be cool to get to 100. So if you haven't yet, maybe that could be maybe you could rate it. That'd be cool. Anyway, I hope you have a great day or night, wherever it is you're at. And thank you very much for listening. You've been listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips. Thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, would you mind going and subscribing and leaving a nice review on whatever podcast platform you heard this on? I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.